So we found this YouTube video featuring an orthopedic surgeon in Mexico,
Oh, okay.
Dr. Rodolfo Terrazas.
All right.
And he's talking about a patient who's about to have this procedure done.
Okay, so what's so special about this case? Why are we diving deep into this one?
Here's the kicker. The patient traveled all the way from Arizona to Mexico to have this surgery.
Oh, wow. That's quite a journey for a medical procedure.
Yeah, it's not exactly a hop, skip, and a jump, is it?
Not really. So that's interesting. I mean, before we even get into the actual, nuts and bolts of the surgery itself,
Right.
it begs the question, why? Why travel so far for something like this?
Exactly. Like, what's the motivation there?
Right.
Is it like a super specialized surgeon? Is Mexico like the knee replacement capital of the world?
Well, you've hit on something called medical tourism, which is actually a growing trend.
Medical tourism.
Yeah.
Hadn't even heard of that before.
Yeah, it might seem a little unusual at first,
Yeah.
but there are actually some compelling reasons why someone might choose to have surgery in another country.
Oh, okay.
And
good.
a big one, probably the biggest one, is cost.
Oh, okay.
Like, for example, a knee replacement that might set you back, I don't know, upwards of $50,000 in the U.S.
Wow.
could potentially be done for, like, a third of the price in Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
A third of the price.
Yeah, and that's even after, factoring in travel expenses. And this isn't just for knee replacements. This happens with, a lot of different procedures.
Wow. Okay. So
Right.
that's a pretty big incentive.
Yeah, definitely. Cost is a major factor.
All right. So let's get back to the video then.
Oh.
So Dr. Terrazas, he describes his patient, right?
Yeah.
He says he's a man in his late 60s or early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Says he's worked hard his whole life, really put in the hours.
Hard worker. Yeah.
And he's dealing with some weight issues.
Okay.
So I'm curious, knowing this, what are some things that might have led him to needing a knee replacement in the first place?
Well, I mean, the doctor himself actually mentions some of the classic risk factors for osteoarthritis,
Okay.
which is essentially the wear and tear that happens to your joints over time.
Okay.
So, first of all, age. That's a big one. As we get older, the cartilage in our joints naturally starts to break down.
Okay.
And then you layer on top of that, a lifetime of physical labor,
Yeah.
which probably put a lot of stress on his knees, right?
Yeah.
And then finally carrying extra weight. I mean, that just adds even more pressure to those joints. It's like compounding interest for joint damage, basically.
Oof. That's a not good kind of compounding interest.
Right.
Okay. So while traveling for surgery, that
Right.
might be a personal choice, right?
Right.
But it sounds like there are some factors that make knee replacement more likely regardless of where you live.
Absolutely. Age, occupation, weight, those are pretty universal.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this phrase that Dr. Terrazas uses.
Uh-huh.
He talks about putting his patient on a programa de rehabilitación,
Okay.
which basically translates to, a rehabilitation program.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly does that entail? Like, especially before surgery even happens.
That's a great question because pre-surgery rehab is absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
And it's way more than just, showing up on the day of the surgery.
Gotcha.
Physical therapy is a key component.
Okay.
We're talking about targeted exercises to strengthen the muscles around the knee.
Like what kind of exercises?
So things like quadriceps strengthening,
Okay.
hamstring stretches,
Mm-hmm.
anything to help stabilize the joint and really prepare those muscles for the work they'll need to do after surgery.
Makes sense. So it's like prehab, like, getting ready for the main event.
Exactly, yeah. Building that foundation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned nutritional counseling as part of this pre-surgery rehab.
Oh, absolutely.
So what kind of dietary changes might someone make before a knee replacement?
Yeah, so nutritional counseling is often included because even a small amount of weight loss
Okay.
can make a huge difference in the stress that's put on the knee.
Makes sense. Less weight, less stress.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's not about, some crazy fad diet or anything.
Yeah.
It's about building healthy eating habits for the long term.
Okay.
So this might involve working with the patient to, cut back on processed foods,
Mm-hmm.
increase their intake of fruits and vegetables.
Good stuff.
Exactly. And, manage portion sizes, things like that.
Yeah.
It's all about supporting the body's overall health before a major procedure.
Right. So it's like holistic. Like
Yeah.
it's not just about the knee, it's about the whole person. Right.
Exactly. It's all connected.
Okay. So Dr. Terrazas, he concludes by saying that the goal is for the patient to recupera tu calidad de vida,
Yeah.
which means, recover your quality of life.
Nice.
So how does a knee replacement actually help someone achieve that?
Okay, so knee replacement surgery actually removes the damaged bone and cartilage
Okay.
from the knee joint
Got it.
and replaces them with artificial components.
Oh, wow.
These are usually made of like metal alloys, high-grade
Yeah,
plastics.
they're like super durable.
Yeah, they're designed to last a long time.
Cool.
And the goal here is, first and foremost, to eliminate pain,
Okay.
or at least drastically reduce it,
Mm.
but also to improve the joint's function so it bends and moves more smoothly, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So like you're not like all stiff and clunky anymore.
Exactly. And ultimately, the idea is to help the patient regain their mobility.
Okay.
So they can get back to doing the activities they love, whether it's, I don't know, walking, gardening, even dancing, without being limited by pain and stiffness.
Oh, wow. So like you can get your groove back.
Exactly. It's about getting back to life.
Amazing. So it's not just about fixing a physical problem.
No.
It's about restoring a person's ability to like really live their life to the fullest, right?
Precisely. It's about quality of life.
Wow. We've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about medical tourism,
Yeah.
the things that lead to needing a knee replacement, the whole importance of pre-surgery rehabilitation. That was news to me.
Really.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing how much of a difference it can make.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And
Yeah.
we saw how a knee replacement can really like drastically improve someone's quality of life.
Absolutely.
It's a lot to think about.
It is, yeah.
And it makes me wonder, like, as medical technology keeps evolving, what's next?
That's a great question. What innovations are on the horizon?
Yeah, like what's coming down the pipeline?
Right. And how will they impact patient outcomes?
Yeah.
Recovery times?
Mm.
I mean, those are questions worth pondering, really, as you continue to, explore this topic.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is. The human body's amazing, and the things we can do to fix it are getting more and more incredible all the time.
Well, on that note, thanks for joining me on this deep dive. Until next time.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.